Welcome to The Bald Guy Cooks. I'm The Bald Guy, simple cooking for a simple lifestyle. Tonight we have another, this is one of the fastest meals we can do. So what I have the pans going already. What I've done earlier is just saute up some onions and a little garlic and olive oil. So I'm kind of reheating that, and we'll be wilting some baby spinach in there. It's a really quick, simple thing. I went to the grocery store and Tanya went to the grocery store, so we each brought back a box of spinach, and it's like, we need to use it. So have a pan also heating to medium-high for turkey burgers. We found a brand at Costco that it's almost like eating steak, and they're just really wonderful, just really good value, I think. That this is our Turkey Burger Tuesday night. Tanya has horseback riding lessons that she goes to, and so she needs a quick meal to get in and get onto horseback riding, so she can go smell some horses and do a little riding, which is one of her favorite things to do. So let's check here. So I've got the sauteed onions coming back up to temperature, and I can hear them. We'll get to those in just a little bit. I want to get the, actually, let's just do that right now. I'm going to move the turkey burgers over. Let me stick the sauteed onions in. And I have oil in the pan for the turkey burgers. I'm looking for it to kind of go a little wavy, and so we'll just kind of work on something else in the meantime here. And so the onions have been caramelized, add a little salt, pepper, and garlic to it. And now we're just going to grab a couple handfuls of spinach. And we're just wilting it down. It's a lot of volume. It looks like a lot to start with, but it does wilt down pretty quickly. And so it may look like I've got to have a whole pan full of spinach, which I do at this point, but it will wilt down really quick. And looking at the pan over here, and it's starting to kind of shimmer. You can see it's moving a little bit on its own. So let's put down one turkey burger. So we pulled these out this morning and just let them thaw out. Perfect. So that civil is what we're after, because that means the temperature's hot enough. And I have to bend this one a little bit. I wanted to use the big pan for the spinach and onions. Wash your hands after handling meat. And then while the turkey burgers are going, I'm going to season those up with a little salt and pepper. And then we kind of season our own depending on what mood we're in. So this is the base flavor. We'll be watching those cook and watching the spinach wilt down. So it's essentially going to be sauteed onions, garlic, olive oil, and then the spinach in this dish. I'm going to add a little bit of water just to kind of get that steam and moisture going. And so this would be a dish in itself. Add a little salt and pepper to this too. I am going to grab some balsamic vinegar. You don't have that at home, that is fine. You could use another kind of vinegar. Just a little bit. This is our pre-made. We do olive oil, about 2/3 olive oil, 1/3 balsamic vinegar, or any kind of vinegar really. And then usually add a mustard. Some type of Dijon mustard, or it helps emulsify it, or it helps put olive oil and vinegar and keep them together so you don't have to shake it like you do a vinegar and olive or vinegar and oil meal. So the spinach is wilting down nicely. The burgers here are probably a couple minutes away from flipping. And so you see how much volume. Actually, I'm going to add some more spinach here. This doesn't look like a lot at the end, but It is super tasty. If you like hot sauce, you could add a little hot sauce to this. If you like cream spinach, you could add heavy cream to this. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with it. And that balsamic just adds a nice round flavor to it, gives it a little bite, and it's just a condiment that we really enjoy. So if you find those few condiments that you really like in your house, always keep them in there, and that way you know you're going to add a flavor that you enjoy to whatever meal you're making. So I'm seeing some kind of crispy brown around the edges, so I'm going to assume they're about ready, and that's what you're looking for, that nice caramelized brown. This one may be a little interesting to get because it's on an angle. And my trusty spatula. If you're looking for something like this, it's a fish spatula is what I think the name of it is technically. But it works for everything. It is a tool of my trade at least. And it'll just be a couple more minutes on the spinach here. I'm going to turn it down a little bit so it times out with the turkey burgers. And we kind of have just changed things up for the way we want to eat these days. And I met Tanya, and she introduced me to mayonnaise and mustard on a hamburger. And she converted me. I was a ketchup guy, ketchup and hot sauce guy on hamburgers. And she kind of looked at me with a little look of disdain when she saw me putting ketchup on a hamburger. I thought, that's what you do. Well, the Reagan, she's a Reagan by maiden name and family, and she's like, no, this is what we do. And so we had buns. We ate burgers with buns back then, and mayonnaise and mustard, and then some sweet pickles, and then they always had barbecue potato chips with their burgers. And the fire alarm's going off. We'll be back in just a second. Boy, my arms are tired fanning that smoke alarm. See, nothing even smoking here. It just goes off. I think it's really sensitive is all. It's not me, of course. But before we got interrupted, I was talking about, the Reagan tradition of putting mustard and mayo and sweet pickles, or at least Tanya's Reagan tradition, on their burgers, and with some potato chips on top. And I think the potato chip is what really converted me. And so we kind of carry that tradition on. Don't eat a lot of bread, just because of some gluten stuff going on in our family. But I'm going to add a little cheddar cheese on top. The burgers should be done. I'm just going to let those steam up and melt the cheese. And then we'll plate this up, and we kind of do our own thing a little bit on how we condiment our burgers. But I will plate up the spinach here. I don't really know a way to make spinach, sauteed spinach and onions pretty. I'm just going to do it like that to get our first plate going. Let's see how I turn the spinach down here. Just going to take a wee bit of water to get some steam action happening in there. And that will melt the cheese a little faster. Hopefully the smoke alarm doesn't go off again. But if it does, this means good food is coming to the table here quickly. And probably another 15 seconds. Well, while we're doing that, it's down in this corner, there's a little red subscribe button. If you are not a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe. You won't have to come to the channel or to YouTube and find us when we have a new video. We'll send you an email to let you know that the new video has been uploaded. And I would love to hear your comments. If you've got I'm going to use air quotes, interesting family food preferences, I would love to hear about them. If you have ideas, suggestions, if you do something similar, please share it, because that's how we, I think, learn from each other. Is here's what we do, and you try it out. If you love it, fantastic. If you don't, just throw it to the wayside. But glad you joined us tonight. Thanks for coming to our house. And we should have a burger. Just about wrapping up, so we've got a good melt on it. Nothing real pretty, but what about 6.5 minutes? 8 minutes? 10 minutes. Tanya's putting her thumbs up here. So sauteed spinach, onions, and garlic with, and there's a smoke alarm again, with a burger or turkey burger with cheddar cheese on it. You can put any kind of cheddar cheese. See, not too bad. And then we're going to put all kinds of funky stuff on it at the end. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.